disconnect.
Hi guys, we are just waiting for a team to join in. Just give us a couple of minutes.
I accepted. So we're waiting for like further people.
Hello, hi, hi, hi everyone. This is the Shumee team here, and we all are very excited to be doing this live session. Just a quick introduction. I'm Meeta Sharma Gupta, the founder of Shumee, and I have my design team here with me, where Janvi here is our the very creative visual designer who's the person behind all the visuals that you see on Shumee's Insta and all the social media handles. Then Elorica, our senior product designer, who's been the person behind the baby toys that you see and some of the toddler toys. Then joining us from Delhi are Meeta Bhushan, who we fondly call Junior. She, before becoming a toy designer, before going into design, also has a degree in psychology. So she brings the psychological that angle to everything that we do at Shumee. Then we also have Purva joining us from Delhi. So she is the dreamer in the team, who also is a great DIY blogger and has also done awesome live sessions on our handle with some very creative DIYs. So we all are very excited to be doing this session, where we wanted to talk to all of you about what goes behind each and every design that we do at Shumee. Before we start that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how Shumee started, the journey behind Shumee. So Shumee started as a personal journey for me, being a mom of two boys, being in the US for many years. When my older one was growing there, so I found the world of open-ended toys over there. The philosophy of Waldorf, Reggio Emilia, I kind of got exposed, and then I started noticing how play plays an important role in a child's development, and especially open-ended play. And through that play, a lot of skills are learned for the child, and especially in the early childhood journey of any child. So moving back to India, that time my younger one was just 9 months old. It's around 2012. I looked for the similar kind of toys in India. I was not able to find. Either the toys were made with very unsafe materials, plastics, or the designs were not that friendly for a child, or also the play value was missing in most of the child. There was a lot of focus on learning and education, and especially in a toddler, baby, early childhood. That's not the only way that a child can learn. And being open to being exposed to open-ended play, I was a little bit like not happy with what I was finding, and I saw that there is a big need for a brand in India, which as a mother or a parent I could trust and know that yeah, this is the right kind of toys I'm getting for my child, not only in terms of the play value but also in the design, the safety aspects, the materials used. So that's how the journey of Shumee started for me. While conceptualizing the brand, there were few things that I really wanted to keep in focus. One was the philosophy that the brand stands for. So the philosophy that we stand for is that the toy is driven by the child. So we follow the philosophy of 10% toy and 90% child, where the experience of play is coming through the child and not from the toy. So that was one thing that we imbibe in every product of ours, and which all of us will be talking a little bit about as we have this conversation. The second thing was that we wanted to use safety was the next. It was a very important factor in building all the products. So the materials used, the paints used, everything used, we wanted it to be the best possible materials, sustainable materials. And we also ensure that every material that we use is tested against international standards. So that was also another point that the brand truly believes in. And finally, we wanted to make it a brand out of India, from India, made by Indian artisans. Because India itself has a vast knowledge on using wood in different games, in toys. We wanted to use this know-how, build it with the artisans over in India, and that's how we started working. It was a little bit of uphill battle, not easy, because we were giving a different twist to the traditional crafts. We wanted the materials to be in a particular quality, the designs, everything. But we are very happy with what we have been able to do so far, and with the different artisans that we work with. So I think now we can start our conversations with our design team here and see what do they feel and how do they design these awesome products that they do. So I think, Eloika, since you've been here the longest with us, what motivated you to do toy design? Was it something you always looked forward to?
I think toy designing has happened to me by chance. It was never planned, but I have loved every bit of it, working through it. Designing a toy is like Neeta, you said, it plays the essential thing which helps in the growth of any child, from babies to toddlers. I believe rather than designing toy, what we design here also in Shumee is the play. How a kid plays, that is more important. I believe we give toys which then converts into aspects how they play with it. That adds to the value, and with the angle that we are making it for kids who are going to make the future, that kind of inspires me and motivates me every day to design new toys in all angles.
So then, because you have looked at many of the products which are right for a newborn, right, from the swaddle or the bibs or even the rattles that we do. So would you think, like, what are the key aspects for a baby toy? Because definitely there's things to take care of.
Yeah. So Shumee, I think the major product focuses on babies, and while designing baby product, there are three important things that I focus on while designing. The first is safety in terms of material. We choose wood, or if we go experimenting with other material, even they are cotton based, which is eco-friendly. Second part that we focus on is the color, the design, or the form in which it is made. Like this baby rattle we see here has rounded edges, and it has a smooth surface, and there is space to grip. So even the design angle is important. Third, I think I'll say is the skills that we try and focus while designing a baby product. For babies, the basic thing that we focus in development is the sensory aspect and fine motors. So when we talk about sensory, the first is visual stimulation, which we try to bring out with the colors. For baby products, we basically concentrate on 1 to 2 colors, because at early stage they don't get to see, they can't see many colors. So most of our products have 1 to 2 colors, and they are contrasting so that the baby can identify, differentiate. That helps in visual stimulation. Then sound is the second thing that we focus on. So in this, there are rings which give a soothing sound which attracts the baby. And third, I will say the tactile surface, that we try to bring out this crochet element, which is also made with cotton yarns. Lastly, I think the color or the dyes that we use in which is minimal in quantity, even those are safe. I think that's natural and azo-free. And we also focus on the safety aspect. We get all the toys tested before it goes into a baby's hand. I think that is our main focus, to deliver safe toys to the baby.
Great. So also, like, then how would, like, from babies to toddlers to preschoolers, so what do you guys think that how do we approach, what are the different skills that we look at?
I think I'll just explain a little bit, and then I'll let Purva Meeta take over. So there are three age groups that we focus on: babies, toddlers, and preschoolers. Each age group has a different skill that we focus on how we develop those skills. That is major thing. Then the second thing is how we bring it out through colors or the form. One of the apart from toys, we have also been working on a subscription model, which we focus majorly on these age groups and how to give kids or babies of that age group the best that they can bring out with the skills or the activities or majorly toys. So Meeta Bhushan had been working on making the subscription model better every day, so she can give us an insight how she has made it come out better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Meeta, go
what,
ahead.
yeah. Yeah. So I think is that these are like
Meeta, you're not audible. Meeta, you're not audible. Can you be a little? Your
yeah.
voice is breaking.
So that so we will continue.
Okay.
Oh, I think the video is breaking. There is some connection issue. Yeah.
Uh,
Audible now?
yeah, I think
Are
there's
we
some
audible?
connection. Yeah, now better. Now better.
Yeah. So, so we the boxes, which are they're very possibly before. So we can 0 to 6 months around 6 months. That's
Sorry, Meeta, sorry.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeta, just 1 second. Your voice is breaking a lot. How should we do it? Yeah.
is the
Can
voice
we? No,
It is
you.
not clear. It is breaking. It's the video and the voice is breaking.
okay, one second.
I think there's some connection issue. Uh,
Is the voice clear?
yeah,
Yeah,
right
it is
now
better.
better. Yes.
Yeah. I continue.
Yeah, Meeta, I think you need to come nearer to the phone, like Purva, like
Okay.
me. Yeah.
So, what are very costly? It's around the sensibility starts to go. Therefore, whenever the boxes
Sorry, Meeta. Meeta, one minute.
Can you switch
Switch,
seats?
when I think where Purva you are sitting now, the audio is better. Where
okay,
Meeta
closer. There, like we can
I think, do you,
Can you leave and request
I
again?
okay,
can
connect again. Okay, okay.
Okay. We will get another request again. See if
How
we
we
get
get it
one.
when we get.
We'll get it here. Guys, just give us 2 minutes. We're trying to reconnect with our team.
Connection issue or device issue?
I think connection issue. Hmm. Guys, just give us 2 minutes. We are just trying to connect back with the team. Do you want to continue?
Yeah. So I think maybe we can continue till Meeta and Purva join back. So maybe we can just shift a little bit of gear and talk about our visual designs here. So how do we Janvi, like you have the responsibility of bringing this to life, giving it a whole view of its own. How do you approach it, like when you're
Okay, so we as a team, okay, our team is just back. I'll just connect them as well. Yeah, I think they'll be joining in soon. Whenever we work as a team, our design team works quite closely with each other. And okay, yeah, there you are.
Hi guys.
Okay, hi.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now?
Yeah,
Better,
much better.
Much better.
Much. Okay. Much. Okay. Yeah.
So, shall
So,
we?
So maybe
We'll continue with
yeah,
the
we were
so,
talking. Yeah, we were talking. I guess.
So I
Nita,
guess
you can get. Yeah. So I how from what is available in the market. So what we basically focus on toy and basically like we talk the particular age group and we thoughtfully quoting an example of children zero to 6 months old. There comes zero to 6 months age. So for Sasha, we include in the boxes vivid patterns. It's gonna help us. And when we move to vivid box, they're generally kept color. Differentiate baby, but if you look at show your own. Which are always so it's a simple. You screw and unscrew it or the body imagination, creativity, and coordination. I think slowly not only creating a box, but we the group and target the group. Like according to most important crucial to the adult foundation for it. That I think it's like educational kids learn to play. And the last and foremost, I think they're still saying that our voice is echoing.
yeah, but like Purva, your voice is clear.
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
So maybe let's first, Purva, if you can, maybe it's a little bit of all what Meeta was saying, if you can summarize it a little, and let's see if there's network issues there, or how is it, or maybe it is the distance issue, I don't know. Can you try?
Yeah. So basically, but I think the audience is able to hear our voice back, and that is why they are not able to hear us.
No, your voice is
Because our voice
Your voice is fine, Purva.
Yeah, if you can just
Okay.
quickly summarize the points Meeta
Yeah.
said about the subscription box.
Or maybe if
Okay.
you switch
So
to
basically,
English.
what Meeta is talking about have been curated, keeping
In
neatness and the
neatness
skills
and the
required in
skills
that.
required in that.
So, for
So,
example,
for
when we
example, when
baby boxes are not
baby boxes are not
every
very boxes,
major skills
now
what we
major
need
skills what we need
visual, tactile, and
visual,
auditory,
tactile, and auditory,
fine and gross motor
fine
skills,
and gross
and color
motor
recognition.
skills, data recognition.
Yeah, I guess
I think the
Yeah, I
reason
guess I think the reason
that you have to
that
move
you have to move to that we can
I'm
talk.
not sure how do I mute this one,
How do you mute your audio?
like our audio.
Just 1 second, guys. Let us try.
Like, no, I can't mute. I can't find a mute button here for us to get muted.
Should we just reduce our volume?
I'll just reduce the volume here. Yeah, I think that is.
Okay, good. Try it, guys, once.
Can you try now?
yeah. So is this audible, everyone?
I'm here
Can
now.
you hear it?
I think like I'm will be connected.
Uh, I think we'll reconnect.
Reconnect a little later. You guys continue.
You guys continue, then we can come back and
Sure.
connect back.
Because right now your voice is coming fine. I know it
I think
comes fine.
right now it is fine. The time you start speaking or explaining it, it's breaking. That's the only this thing.
Yeah, I guess there's an echo in the room itself. So if we change the place or something like that, then it would work better.
No,
No, it's better.
You
I
can
think it's
continue.
connection. I think it's
You can
connection
continue.
issue. Continue.
Okay. Can you hear me now properly? Like, is it echoing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
So what I was uh, what I was actually trying to say is that we try to maintain three major philosophies while we actually design any toy. The first we try is the age appropriateness, that the toy which is being designed should actually focus on basic skills that are required for that age. What I was quoting was what Freud said, that first few years, first 5 years of a child's life are very crucial to their adult personality and what they're going to be. Like, it's a foundation for them. So we try to keep maintaining, like, we don't want to overstress.
Too educational, but child discover themselves while playing there. So there's a natural learning through play. And the last which we actually try to focus is mainly is open-ended. So that's what when it, like if you look at a perfect example, so this is blocks. They're one of the most loved toys. Like research has shown that it's one of the most favorite toys. When the first sample came in, I was so excited and I all over it because the colors were beautiful. And I was like, I'm gonna take that sample soon. I like, oh god, and then she explained.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the magnetic robot, Nita. So I think that's also one of if all of our favorites here. So which, yay. So these are magnetic blocks that we. Larika, you want to talk about these?
Yes, I think. Blocks are mostly made designed for the age toddlers, which is the age group of 2 to 4. The main focus here is on developing skills like giving the at this age the kids are curious and they want to explore and their imagination is really strong. So like we said, every age group has a particular thing that needs to be focused. Our toys are designed accordingly. These are basic blocks. If you see, for us it is simple blocks, but for a kid it can add on to make different objects or different projects. They can make a robot out of it, they can make a car out of it, or maybe they make a alien out of it. So it is up to them to do and explore their imagination basically. So while designing, what I had in mind is to give them basic tools with which they can explore their imagination and creativity through these toys. Also, try to also we try to add. Okay, I think.
Yeah.
Good. We have added patterns also and the prints also because babies, like we spoke, that babies can see 2 to 3 colors, but as they grow and in the age group of 2 to 3, they are open to seeing more colors. They can recognize more colors and they understand patterns also. So I think these toys help them with developing their imagination. Also, there is no set rule of how to play with these. We don't accompany this set of magnetic toy with any booklet or information as to how to play because we want the child to think themselves and make something out of their imagination. And also for them to understand that there is no right or wrong way to play with any toy. They can just build a very high tower with it. They can build a character or they can play it in any way. Like I have made these patterns here. This can be, every kid would look at it differently. Say for example, okay, Jackie, what do you think is this? I think it's a big giant alien eye. Okay, it looks like so that. Janvi thinks this is a very big alien eye, but for a kid, it could be a button. And once they build it and they can play around it, visualize it as a button and something around it. So these magnetic blocks basically are tools with which the kid can do explore their imagination in whichever way they wanted to. Also, these blocks can be played by a 2 plus also, but we recommend 3 plus because they have magnets and safety is one of the things that we focus in all our toys. Second is learning through play. So magnet I think is a very interesting concept. To introduce the concept of magnets through these toys is also I think is very cool. For them to understand that 2 parts attract, or if they try to put this together, it will repel. I'm trying to put it, but it is not sticking. It is repelling. Also, what they can explore more with this toy is, which is more than a play, is to see what things around the house they have where the magnets can stick. Maybe it will stick to a fridge or a paper clip, but not to a pen or a wooden surface. So to understand these concepts through this colorful, interesting block is also something very interesting. I think we all enjoyed. We keep making these toys here in house and play with it also to understand how what are the different ways it can be done. Yeah. Also,
While you've also given a chokeable surface on it,
yes,
where
I
you
should say. So some of the blocks also have this choppable surface which helps the kid to draw what they want. They can write also, maybe their name. They can give a name. Right now I've written my initials, but they can name their toys also or the character they have built. So I think that also adds to the fun aspect of these toys. Yeah, this blocks. I think designing this from the idea to bringing out to product is important. But what we do next is how we portray it to the viewers or the kids out there through our social media, which I think Janvi does very well. She brings these wooden products to life through her posts on social media. If she could, yeah. Yeah. So I think we as a design team work quite closely with each other, and whenever the designers are thinking about any product, it's so concept from the beginning. So what a designer has thought about this product, why is
it like that, and why are things in a particular way. So what we try doing is letting we showcase our toys, our customers or any viewers. The one thing which I try incorporating in our visuals is how do we showcase it. I try to showcase the kids' point of view. So if we think from a kid's perspective, they like if you think of any toy, a kid would start building a world around it. Be anything. So we have, besides that, we have a lot of characters with us. We have, say, Bozo, the bear, or Ellie, the elephant, or we have a lot of characters. So whenever you give a toy to a kid, he or she would already have a built a world around it. So, say for example, they have heard stories of the jungle, or they have seen browsed some books as kids. So they relate that part to this toy, and in their head they start imagining things. So when we try showcasing a toy, we try to build that part around it. Say, for example, if we have a penguin, so a kid might think, okay, penguins are found in snowy-covered mountains. So they might think of the toy as a particular, as a whole this thing. And this happens when you give a toy to the kid. So the play part starts happening from there itself, and that's how we try to showcase, like bring those in our visual. So say, for example, when we did the shoot, we did a stop motion for this. So this toy is quite elaborate, and there are a lot of parts to it, and the play value is also high. So we try to bring those in our visuals and a video. So this was a stop motion animation. It was say a 45 seconds video, and in that all the blocks come along, they build themselves, and they become these cute robots from simple blocks, and they interchange their body in between, and they talk in some alien language, and then they go away. So if you think from kids' point of view, they might build that story around it. So I think besides the fine motor part or besides the gross motor which we have in our toys, I think there's also a strong communication which happens with a lot of toys. So yeah, that's how we bring out the visuals which we want.
So I think we've had amazing visuals, Janvi. So was there something which you found really challenging? How do I show all the aspects of what do I bring out in it?
Yeah, so there is this one. There is the fantasy castle blocks, which are these blocks, and these are very bright, colorful, and amazing blocks. And the physicality of the product is also large. Like there are like 22 blocks like these, and there are some I think seven characters.
Yeah. Fantasy characters.
Yeah. So there are these cute characters besides the blocks. So these ones. Yeah. So when you're doing the shoot for this particular one, the storytelling part we have to bring it in the video. So now a kid can build a castle with this block, and then the characters can play around. So the story she tried portraying was there's a fairy. She wanted to build a beautiful castle, and she starts building it. As she starts building that, an evil elf and a dragon they come and they burn down the castle. So the entire thing breaks. And then there is this wizard comes to help the fairy, this one. And then he helps the fairy build the entire castle back. So that was the storytelling part we had to do. And the major constraint was time. And we had to do everything in 45 seconds with a minimum amount of call outs or text on the video. Because as one sees the video, you cannot read parallelly. So just to help them get a story, we had a certain call outs like around that. So I think that was one of the challenging, but also one of the most fun videos which we did.
Yeah, no, I think it came out really well. And I think this product is also an example of a product that has evolved from the time it was launched. Because I think we also as a brand, also eagerly look out for feedback from our customers and try to understand how a product is doing or what are the kids feeling about it. So while we did launch an earlier version of this castle, which was very similar but had different colors and with a different appeal, we realized that we need to change it. We need to add more elements and make it more fun and like more colorful, and also maybe add these story elements much more. And I think once we did that, we did see a very good response to it, and I'm glad we made that change. So thank you all for characters that we use and bring. So I think one of the other that characters in storyplay has helped us also bring out some more games and board games that we are doing. Like one of the ones which Purva you have worked on recently with the Thirsty Crow. I think it also had a great evolution cycle. Would you like to talk about it? Like how you thought about it and what was the thinking? And this also for the older kids.
So, Nita, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear which toy did you mention right now?
So I was mentioning about the Thirsty Crow, which also has a story element in how you conceptualize this product.
Yeah. So basically, so Thursday is very close to my heart because that is something when I came to Shumee and realized that most of the wooden company brands which are seen across the globe, their own themes like fairy tales and western kind of themes like pirates, fairies and all embodied in their own themes. But Shumee being an Indian brand, I thought why not take a very Indian story or a story around it. The first thing that came to my mind was Panchakra story. And the Thirsty Crow was the first story that came to my mind. So that is from where my inspiration came from. And slowly and steadily, I started building a game, a toy around it. But it was very different in the starting. It was more of a fast building and this kind of a game. But when I play tested it with many people and especially student teams and other kids, so I got to figure that the kids really relate to the character because there is not many of environment, the whole storytelling process involved. So slowly and steadily, I added things like collecting pebbles, reaching to the matka, or the water in the matka grinder, or in fact the whole box game itself, and the forest theme around it. So you when you play it, you can automatically try to imagine the story. And that is how Thirsty Crow came into picture. So while designing Thirsty Crow, if I talk about Shumee teamwork, so we all play in house with like test in house with whatever we design, and the whole Shumee team is involved in the whole process from start to end. So if we have tested each and every game 100 more than 100 times outside and inside. In fact, many of the times we even look at the reactions of our operational police team when it comes to first toy. We see their first reaction to get to know whether this is going to the main in the market or not make it in the market because their reactions are actually honest, which try to speak out as much as about the toy. So that is something which is there, and story building process is something which we carry out in each of our toys. If we see, there are so many imaginative and open-ended toys in our collection that actually give space to kids to evolve through the gameplay itself. So, for example, like even though we have our Peppa collection we have bought out, like we have many toys in that Peppa collection, even though the character itself is not Indian, but we have taken a very long process and a very long time to eventually come out with products which can it shouldn't stay only in a blog, right? It should be something which actually encourages kids to imagine. So we have something like these Peppa play blocks, and these small play blocks are there, and inside the box there is a whole again an environment of carnival. These are the characters of Peppa which are playing and dancing in the carnival. Then we have a wedding toy, sorry, wedding needle as well, along with the whole set. So in that way, the kid can actually, once he sees watches the show on the TV, which all the kids have some kind of screen time with them today, but they can actually imagine Peppa characters playing and jumping around and make their own story and actually lace those characters together. So once they start doing it, their imagination, creativity automatically grows. And that is why what brings open-endedness to Shumee Toy. We have been talking about open-ended, I guess. Yeah, all through it. What it means is that play without restrictions. That is what Shumee basically stands for.
That naturally comes in also because if you're told that child sees a needle and a hole is there, they naturally try to understand and play along with it, or not only that, the pretend play comes into action, and there's a lot of aspect to it. Just not like there's not like a specific way or we add a manual to it. It's just how they want to explore it, the toy itself. That's what it comes in.
Yeah, and I guess that is what, like, not adding a manual, not properly that this is a button or this is where you put this thing. Just automatically try to explore. We even have launched recently, very quite recently, and the
major idea behind a playhouse when I was small was a very luxurious house with small things. It's going to be static. Once I put it, it's going to be static there. But the playhouse we have designed has can be actually transformed into 25 different permutation and combination. You can actually take it whole of the thing apart and bring more self-expression into it, small little toys and actually changing the whole structure. So it can be two houses, it can be one big house, or it can be actually small houses together. So this is how the child can actually express themselves. Right? In any kind of toy. So, for example, Nita, you were talking about twisties. So there are two a head and a body. So if the kid feels, then the kid can put a pig's head onto a cow's body. But if he doesn't feel it all right, he will try to match it with the correct thing. But if you let it be, then his imagination will actually running right. So both of the ways discovery. So that is the main essence of storytelling, which we try to bring up.
Yeah, so I think both the examples are great. I think also in Thirsty Crow, it evolved from something that you had in mind, like you said, that you and it completely took a different form. And it's a great board game. Even the Playhouse, I think, with the modular structure, gives a lot of freedom to the child to define. It's not a house that only can be built in a single way, but it can be done in many other ways. So that's very true. Uh, but then also, like, guys, would you like to talk? Like, obviously, we do babies, toddlers, preschoolers. So how different is each age group when you're designing? Like, do you find one more fun than the other, or each age group is equally fun for you guys to design, or any other
Yeah.
challenges? Yeah.
So basically, all through the child's process, there are different kind of skills which we try and focus around. So when it comes to babies, because like babies from 0 to 2 years, if we say, so the major skills involved in that area is auditory, visual, and tactile stimulation, because the baby is growing its sensory understanding of the whole world. And the second thing which we need to focus while talking about babies is fine and gross motor skills. So our hands, how they work, how we clench our hands, how we hold our rattles, how it can kind of makes noise. Those kind of things is something which baby observes. And color, like for at I think 0 to 6 months, we have a research that shows that they kind of see black and white mainly in the colors, but as soon as they grow up, they can now understand more of shapes and colors. So as we try and introduce them, we have our flashcards and many other things which we try to introduce it to them. So that is what we focus while we are designing for babies. But as and when we go into toddlers and preschoolers, so for toddlers, we actually focus on creative and imaginative play a lot, because they have a lot of things, like they are actually trying to understand the world in their own way. So they are left open with all the toys, and plus their hand-eye coordination is also again very important. Matching, swapping, organizing things in their head, like this shape matches with this color will match with this, is something we look forward to. Or building a picture together, that is something which we actually focus while talking about toddlers. Some of our toys would in that category would be our lacing toys, our pegging or magnetic toys, some things like that. And yeah, the wobbly toy also. So those kind of things is something which kids actually observe, and then they make up their mind towards the world or anything around. When yeah,
And I think we also try to incorporate, like, we try, for what we believe in our brand is that we try to modernize the Indian traditional techniques as well. Like, if you look at a wobbly toy, it's a very traditional toy which was developed and actually modified into what we can actually, a child can relate into these days child. And not only this, not only this toy, but also we have stamps. Like stamps, if you look at the traditional art of block printing, like how it used to be done. So we wanted to give them a little touch of that, but I don't think kids can relate to around what they used to be the traditional prints. So we wanted to give that natural feel to it and a more exciting, how do you say, good things like written characters and things which kids can relate to. So that's what we try to incorporate. We also try to explain kids the process of what block printing is and bringing them. And they're made by traditional artisans, and we try to incorporate our designs to them and try to modify it into beautiful approaches. What do you think? That's kind of
Yeah, I guess, I mean, it's so Shumee's basically USP is that all our things are handmade and handcrafted and hand painted. So, but even through that, we do not restrict our thought process to only traditional Indian toys. We do adapt them. But we try to modernize it in for today's world so that the kids can relate to it. Like Meeta mentioned, like we have these block printed stamps. So block printed stamps used to be very traditional, if you used to say the motifs and all the things. So we have tried to now modernize it into forest friends, into farm friends, or something like this. With the
Yeah,
word
like the cars that you see here. Yeah.
and it's also very open-ended. I mean, the kids can make greeting cards, the kids can make their own t-shirts, their own wrapping papers. There are so many ways to use our stamps actually.
And said the adding to that, these as individually they can play them with as blocks. So if it's a car, they can just put it around and there's a tree, the car is passing by the tree. I think that play aspect also comes along in the.
somehow I feel like our stamps are not restricted to just kids. Like we enjoy them so much as well. It's not like it's only for kids. Like stamp. I think adults also try to create as many versions of things as they can.
Yes, true. I think it's true that as a team we enjoy everything we do. So, any designing
is best job.
I think we love what we do. That is great. Yeah. So I think maybe we are a little running out of time. So if there's any question, we would love to answer. One question that we have mostly gone during this times that we are going through is definitely, I mean, hygiene for toys or anything for kids is very important. That especially for the baby rattles, we often get asked how should they be cleaned. So we just wanted to highlight things because definitely we want, I mean, safety comes first. We also like whenever we process any product over here, it's done in the most safe manners. But once you receive it as a parent, if you want to hygiene it further, firstly, we don't recommend, because it's wood, we don't recommend using running water to wash it because wood and water don't go well. But to basically do a very gentle cleaning with a mild baby detergent.
Yeah. To clean the wooden surface, a damp cloth would be best. Don't recommend water on wood. I mean, there shouldn't be any moisture. And if we use a damp cloth, I think we should put it to air dry before getting it to a baby. And the baby products mostly, if we clean regularly, because babies tend to take everything into their mouth. Once a month is the best that we can do. Apart from that, probably can also get it cleaned with vinegar solution, in which vinegar is 1% and 10% should be water. So once we clean it twice with the vinegar solution, we put it to dry. We can sometimes refrigerate so that the moisture goes away. And not putting it in sunlight is the best way. Air drying is best. And if you have fabric toys, plush toys that we have, a small range now, that can be machine washed and put to air dry. We don't recommend washing hand wash. So, that should be hand washed and not machine washed.
Yeah.
And we do provide care with our all our plush toys.
Yeah, so each of our products have the care instructions, so we would highly recommend you to follow those care instructions. Also, like recently we did sometime in May, June, we had done a Design Your Toy campaign. So we are always, I mean, our idea was to, work with the kids and their imagination to bring some characters to life. It was a great, we enjoyed that campaign, and we are in the process of working through some of the toys that we had chosen, the characters that we had chosen. We hope to launch it soon. But again, because of the slowdown that we are facing in manufacturing, it's going a little slower than we wanted. But we are really looking forward to bringing that out. And we as a team would also, I mean, we always love to hear from you. We love to get ideas because we believe that parents know the best. Parents know what their child likes, or what they want to see for the child. So we are always open to hearing. Please do get in touch with us for any ideas or anything that you would want us to be doing as a brand. That's how we have evolved, and that's how we want to constantly evolve. So please do keep letting us know what you feel about the products that you use or the toys or anything else you would like to see from us. So I think, yeah, we enjoyed this conversation. I hope you all did too.
also enjoyed it,
Yeah. Sorry about some connection issues that we have faced, but do get anything, please reach out. Please post a comment. Guys, do you want to say something before we conclude?
And one thing, like I would like to say one thing, like it's not just about that we all believe, like it's something that comes very natural to all of us that we believe in our brand so much, and like we actually love our toys and we try to create an experience for everybody. Shumee is not just about play and sustainability, but we try to bring in a healthy parenting culture. Like that was the thought process we started with. And that's the thought process we try to carry forward. Like we have a blog and we have a podcast where we actually want to talk about parenting issues. And not only that, like if you look at wooden toys, like we don't use wooden, we don't make wooden toys only because the environment is friendly, but like the safe. They have natural antibacterial properties. Like if you look at babies, they have natural instinct to put anything and everything but what comes in their mouth. So as a parent, you concerned whether it's safe or not. So one has antibacterial properties, so it makes it easier to clean and sanitize it as well. And not only that, but it's also very trustworthy and long lasting. You can actually pass it on. And also we're talking about not only that, it's obviously that, but talking about healthy culture, we actually are working on a parenting magazine currently, which we want to add in our boxes. So what basically we're trying to focus with that magazine is that we want to, it's our way of communicating our ideas, our thought processes, and what we actually think to parents. Like we all think about a lot what we're making the box accordingly. So why we curated that box, what how food toys and activities can help your child. Not only that, but we also have a series of articles about age-appropriate parenting questions. Like what basically you talk about sibling relationships, eating healthy. Like if you have an older sibling or maybe younger sibling is on the way, how do you make them feel comfortable? Or maybe taboo topics which you don't like to talk about, good touch or bad touch, how to explain them, when to introduce those concepts. And not also that, one thing which we all find is very important is how to introduce your toys to your child. Like it's a very weird concept if you look at, but every child is unique and they take their own time to get accustomed to a toy. And we believe if it's properly introduced, can have a very, very long-lasting impact on a child, and they can actually, explore fully a toy's capacity or capabilities. It's very similar. Like if you look at babies, you teach them how to talk, walk, and they develop into their senses. It's very, very similar to that. And like for babies, playtime is interaction with you and what you're going to pass on to them. So that's what our thought process is. Like if you were to get it, this is like a version of a Mellow magazine, which is designed for 2 to 4 year old, and which we're trying to create. Like I think we'll be coming with all our boxes soon. We hope we'll be done with it. So I hope you enjoy it.
So actually, the magazine talks about healthy parenting, as we have already told you guys. So we kind of try to communicate as much as possible as a brand that what is the philosophy Shumee is designed with. But to make sure to assure you, everything is designed, manufactured, and from start to end done in India here. So that's what we wanted to bring out to you. Yeah, and yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting us with all our new designs, and we hope that we are able to bring out more new designs with your support.
We keep exciting you. We have a lot of exciting products in line which are coming soon. Like we have we coming with a mechanical toy for 6 players. We have a plus toy range which are coming in, and one of the most special ones to all of us is our Indian mythology range, which we actually feel is one of the stories our parents have grew up on and we have grew up on. But are we slowly losing our touch to it? Do we want to reconnect kids to those beautiful stories and the beautiful models? And I hope you enjoy keep tuning into our brand and keep supporting that.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, like you guys said, there's many interesting things coming up, and we are looking forward to how you all will like them. And yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Happy Independence Day to all of
Happy
you.
Independence Day.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Happy Independence Day, everyone.
Bye.